Hey everybody, it's Shadowstar and Crystal here for another Arrow review. This time it's episode 4 of season 3, The Magician. And this episode is interesting to say the least. It's a messy episode, but it has some good moments. So we'll start with obviously the big stuff. Like we saw in the cliffhanger from last time, Nyssa's back looking for Sarah and knows she's dead, and well, we'll get into that. But yeah, Nyssa, we first have some good scenes with Nyssa finding out Sarah's dead. And one of the positive points of Nyssa in this episode is her and Laurel. This begins Nyssa and Laurel's friendship, and I really enjoy it.
Yeah, it's quite interesting to see those
two
interact.
I like their friendship when, Laurel is actually on Nyssa's side in wanting to get Malcolm, and, the little bit where they're in the grave or mourning Sarah.
Anyone would be.
Exactly. The thing about this episode is Oliver is just stupid and in the wrong.
Yeah.
So we find out that Malcolm supposedly killed Sarah, and Nyssa wants him dead, Laurel wants him dead, everyone else debates whether he should or shouldn't die, and they make the point of, even if he didn't kill Sarah, he still killed 500 people.
Yeah, I mean, Moira was possibly facing the death penalty just for helping him.
Yeah, so we get...
If it were up to the justice system, yeah, he'd get the death penalty, but like he says in the episode, they wouldn't be able to hold him.
Exactly, but beyond that point, that's the thing, Nyssa, although angry, is completely justified and right in this episode. But, it does lead... But because, at the end, Oliver says, oh, no, I'm going to protect Malcolm, which is
That's even stupider. Because now he's made the League really, really angry.
The only interesting point, which, the only interesting point, which might not seem huge to us, but obviously is going to be huge to fans, is this is our first actual appearance of Ra's al Ghul.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, so, obviously we're used to it, and, to us it's not as huge, but to comic book fans, that's our first time actually seeing Ra's al Ghul properly. So, obviously, this season, if it wasn't obvious by now, is going to have a lot of stuff dealing with the League, which sometimes I enjoy, because I do find a lot of stuff about the League fascinating, but on the other hand, it also leads to a lot of stupid drama with Oliver doing really dumb things.
Yeah, Oliver's just dumb in this one.
He was really dumb in this episode. Yeah, we do get, obviously, Malcolm's back, and Malcolm has a lot of good moments, and as I always said, Malcolm with Thea is always the best moments, like at the end where...
Okay, speaking of Thea, she said to Oliver, if I come back, no more lies. But I guess she was just referring to him. It's okay if she lies.
Yeah, because she's lying about Malcolm.
Yeah, she's like, oh, Malcolm's alive? I don't believe you.
Yeah.
God, she lies with everything. Oh, God, it's just so annoying.
Season 3 is a season of lies in my book. Like, I think... as much as I don't
and it's just annoying, like, in the end, when Thea tells Malcolm, yeah, Oliver doesn't know anything, but Malcolm knows that Oliver knows he's alive.
It just gets... It's really weird and twisted, but, yeah, Thea is always one of the highlights of these episodes. But, all in all, the episode mostly has really stupid drama.
Plus, we have that bit near the end where Lance tries to call Sarah because he still doesn't know.
See, even Nyssa's right again where she says he deserves to know.
Yeah.
See?
I wouldn't be surprised if Nyssa just flat out decided to tell
Once
him.
again, Nyssa is right through this whole episode. Sure, she comes off a little too angry, but she's right.
Yeah. She is completely, totally justified.
The episode pretty much only had one plot, too. We didn't have to dive into any other side plots. Because, all the other characters didn't do much, like Diggle and Roy didn't have a plot outside.
Felicity wasn't even there.
Episode, that's the thing, this episode pretty much takes place the same time as the Flash episode Going Rogue.
Yeah.
Since Felicity was missing for pretty much the entire episode.
Yeah, she showed up at the end in the same outfit she wore at the end of the Flash episode, just to remind us that it's connected.
Well, yeah, because this episode, we knew Felicity was going away, but this episode also takes place right after the last episode because Nyssa shows up. So it's basically happening at the same time.
Yeah.
But I suppose the only other interesting thing is the flashbacks. Like I said, normally I don't care, but the ending had something good about the flashbacks.
Yeah, he tries to one-up her. He knows things that...
We finally learn everything we've been hinting at. Amanda Waller was the one who was controlling fires. She wanted that plane to blow up to get Chen away.
Yeah.
That was the big secret, because at the very end of season 1, we find out Fires is working for somebody, and we get the establishing shot, and every time we see Amanda Waller, even in this scene, we see a close-up of her legs, because that was all we got to see when we learned about Fires' employer.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was the big secret we've been holding for 2 seasons. Not a big secret, but, the clever thing they've been holding back.
Yeah.
Which like I said, I like the way they've set it up with the establishing shot.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
really want to know if anyone was able to catch that when it first happened. But yeah, that was about the only other interesting part of the flashback. But the rest of the episode, at least the episode had one plot. I always prefer episodes with just one plot. But like I said, this episode's hit and miss. It has some good moments. I really enjoy Nyssa and Laurel. I really enjoy Thea.
Yeah, it has good moments, but the episode as a whole...
But the episode as a whole also reminds me of why there's a lot of stuff in Season 3. It's basically the summation of Season 3. There's good moments, but there's a lot of stuff that just stands out with all the stupid lies and dumb decisions.
Yeah, and you tend to judge a show on its main character, and Oliver was just dumb.
Basically, this is a season of Oliver being dumb.
Yeah.
This season... Like I said, Season 3 is messy. It has its good episodes or bits. Like, I remember the middle part being really interesting.
I can't think of anything other than 6.5 to give it. I don't want to go too high because Oliver's dumb, but I have to give it a little credit for those nice moments.
I was just going to give it 6 for those nice moments. Thea, Laurel, and Nyssa are all good in this episode. That's about it. The sticking point of the drama between Oliver and the League, which is basically the focus of the season, is really dumb. Oliver is just so stupid.
Yes, you go out of your way just to protect him.
Protecting a villain and having Nilsey secret keeping, it's basically the worst parts of Season 3. Like I said, Season 3 is messy. But, speaking of something that's a little less messy but can be controversial, what's the name of the next episode?
The Secret Origin of Felicity Smoke.
We'll get into that next time. I remember having interesting thoughts about next episode, and you do too. But with that being said, we've summed up this messy episode, and we'll see you next time for episode 5 with Felicity. See you next time.